The San Francisco Giants unfortunately dropped the opener of a 3-game series versus the Philadelphia Phillies, a team that they are trailing behind a game and a half in the National League wildcard standings and playing at Citizens Bank Park. The Giants send rookie right-hander Tyler Beede to the mound in this one. And Beede, he definitely labored in this outing. Now, the Phillies have a very deep lineup, so it was a struggle for Beede. He gave up 10 hits across 5 innings, giving up 4 runs. Did, however, only walk 2 batters, so that was encouraging. Did strike out 4. He gave up a home run. And so the thing with Tyler Beede in this one is that, he was making a lot of mistakes with the stuff. And unfortunately, when you make a lot of mistakes to a good hitting lineup, especially in a park like Citizens Bank Park, you're going to expect to see a lot of damage and runs put across the board. And unfortunately for the Giants, as they were opposing Drew Smyly. Now, Drew Smyly, a 30-year-old left-handed pitcher. Now, he was starting this season with the Milwaukee Brewers, and, he struggled for quite some time, and then the Brewers wound up letting him go, and then the Phillies picked him up. And in his first outing with the Phillies, he pitched pretty impressive. And now in his second start with the Phillies, he was able to shut down a Giants lineup that, we have been swinging the bat so well, so effectively of late. And in this game, we only got 6 hits. So, the story of the game was that, unfortunately, we got shut down by Drew Smyly. He went 7 innings in the outing, allowing only 4 hits, did not allow an earned run to the Giants, and only walked 1 batter. So that does go to show that he was in complete command of his pitches and hitting the strike zone, hitting the target. And he did strike out 5 batters. The other thing to note is that the Giants offense was unable to put any runners in scoring position. And so you're not really going to be expecting to win a lot of games when you're not even setting the table, to be able to have guys in scoring position to score some runs. And so, guys, we are going to get into the scoring of how the game played out. And so in the bottom of the 4th inning, the Phillies got on the board against Tyler Beede thanks to a Maikel Franco RBI ground out, a situational at bat, which gave the Phillies a 1-0 lead. And then Adam Hazley comes up and hits a RBI double, which makes it 2-0 Phillies at that point. And then as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, Royce Hoskins, a Sacramento native out of Sacramento, California, having a great year, tons of power with the bat. He hits a 2-run home run. It was his 23rd home run of the season to give the Phillies a 4-0 lead at that point. Now the positives, guys. The Giants would get on the board as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Brandon Belt, who, had been struggling for some time. He knocks his 12th home run of the season. Very phenomenal for Belt. He could potentially be on his way to having a 20 home run season. And so that would cut the deficit at the time to 4-1. And then later in the inning, Stephen Vogt, I believe in Stephen Vogt, I believe in Stephen Vogt. He hits his 5th home run of the season, cutting the deficit to 4-2. And now you're feeling very confident at this point that, the offense having struggled against Drew Smyly, and maybe, with the Phillies not having the best of bullpens, the Giants could potentially be making a run and tie this game up. But unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way, and the final score wound up being 4-2 Phillies. And so, guys, wanted to get into the offensive statistics of the game for your San Francisco Giants. Kevin Pillar goes 1 for 3 in the game. Now it has his average up to 239 on the year. Having a great, phenomenal year for Pillar. He leads the Giants in RBIs on the year with 57 RBIs to go along with 13 home runs. And then we had Tyler Austin, who got a start in this one. He goes 1 for 2, and he is now hitting a $188. So, he's had very limited playing time. So, the average obviously is not the best of averages. But, again, you can't really necessarily judge how he's played this year because he has tons of power with his bat, and he's a guy that he's a huge threat coming off the bench, and, the Giants can use him in big situations and expect to get a good quality at bat out of Tyler Austin. And then, of course, guys, Brandon Belt had a pinch hit home run. going 1-for-1 in the game. Very phenomenal there, hitting .235 on the season. And then Stephen Vogt also pinch hit home run off the bench. So 2 pinch hit home runs off the bench. And so that's been another positive to take out of this game, is that now you're seeing the Giants have not only legitimate depth at multiple positions, guys that can play multiple positions, but you have some power and, some threat off your bench. And if you're trailing or you need just one big swing of the bat to get back into a ball game, you have several guys that you can choose from now to call off the bench, and hopefully that they can pop one out of here, and then you got yourselves a ball game, and you're able to win some games that maybe in the past you were unable to win because you didn't have these quality type of guys coming off your bench. And credit to Farhan Zaidi for not only loading up the talent here that we got at the major league level, but also down in the minor leagues. You have depth at multiple positions and guys that the competition is just getting better and better, and that's only going to raise the intensity and level of play all around, for your San Francisco Giants. And so, guys, let's get into the bullpen stats of the game. The Giants bullpen having one of the best seasons. They are the best bullpen in Major League Baseball, honestly. And so after the 5 innings pitched by Tyler Beede, we saw hard rookie thrower Sam Coonrod, who can touch 100 miles per hour on the radar gun. He pitches an inning, only gives up 1 hit. He does not allow an earned run, walks 1 batter, but gets 2 strikeouts, and now has a 1.13 ERA in his, 5 or 6 outings so far. And so he's just continuing to build on that, and so very impressive. And then, of course, we saw Drew Pomeranz, pitch in this game. Of course, it wound up being his last game that he would pitch as a Giant. And, that's in part because he was part of the package, sent to Milwaukee to acquire second base outfielder Dubon from the Brewers. So Pomeranz goes an inning in this one, guys. He does not allow a hit or a walk, strikes out 2. So, he puts a show on and shows his value now with a 5.68 ERA on the year. And so we wish Drew Pomeranz the best of luck in Milwaukee. And then, of course, Mark Melancon, guys, we saw him pitch his last game as a Giant, pitching an inning, did not give up a hit or a walk. He struck out 2 as well. So kind of coincidental how 2 guys that we wound up trading on the trade deadline, in this case, in this game, the opener of this 3-game series, they pitched very effectively, not giving up a hit or a walk, and striking out 2. So Melancon now finishing the year with a 3.50 ERA. So the bullpen, the final stats of the game, very impressive. 3 innings out of the bullpen. They did not allow a run, only giving up 1 hit and striking out 6 batters. And so Tyler Beede definitely did give the Giants a legit chance to win. It's just unfortunate, the offense got shut down by Drew Smyly. So, you give credit where credit is due on the Phillies side. And, just got to bounce back, move on from this one, and try to get a W in the next game. And so, guys, now let's look ahead to the future, to the San Francisco Giants next game. Game 2 of the series, the Giants are going to be sending the Shark, Jeff Samardzija, to the hill. Samardzija is 7-8 on the year, with a 3.95 ERA to go with 102 strikeouts. Now, Samardzija in 5 starts in July, he's 3-1 with a 2.48 ERA. And even more notably, guys, is that Samardzija has been throwing the 4-seam fastball more often than his sinker. And this is the first time that he has done this since 2016. And in doing so, holding opponents to a 167 batting average. So, it's been a revelation to see the Shark healthy this year. And, his contributions have been absolutely instrumental in helping the Giants be in this scenario. Here we are, guys, 2 games back of the wild card in the National League. And so very exciting to see how these final couple months are going to play out. And so guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it all the way through the end of the video, then be sure to smash that like button. I very much appreciate all your guys' comments. I love to read your comments and interact with you guys. So comment down below. I'd love to hear your opinion and your perspective. What is your guys' thoughts after the dropping the opener of the series, and your thoughts on the outing by Tyler Beede? Of course, he struggled, but the Phillies have a very deep lineup, and Beede, he's going to have his hiccups as a rookie, and, continue to make adjustments and improve upon that. Also, guys, I'd love to know what are your thoughts about all the moves made at the trade deadline. If you go to my channel, you can find videos covering those trades and, hear my thoughts, as I'm very ecstatic about, the trades that Farhan Zaidi made that I think are not only going to be instrumental in helping us in this current season make a push to the playoffs in Bruce Bochy's final year, but also I think deep into the future, the Giants are setting themselves up to be in a very nice position to play competitive baseball, year in and year out. I couldn't be more ecstatic to see how this is all going to play out. And so guys, until next time, I will see you again. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.